I don't think it's too late to start a social media marketing agency. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why. Unscripted, raw, chatty video of me just telling you what I genuinely think. And 2025 is the year of marketing agencies. And I'm going to say it now because if you understand the three things that I'm going to cover from a little piece of paper right in front of me, then I think you're going to crush it. Okay, I started my marketing agency in January and I was seeing a lot of YouTube videos saying that SMMA is dead back then. And I'm seeing even more now, which for some reason makes me happy because less and less competition is entering the space. But at the same time, it's bullshit. And I just want to be open and transparent about it and just tell people that it's genuinely bullshit. SMMA is still needed. Businesses still need marketing. It's not like it's just going to go away. Social media isn't dying. TikTok is new. And if you can adapt and pivot your agency to, for example, a bigger platform where the attention is, currently it's TikTok, then great. Make use of that new platform and make use of that big hype thing that comes along with the attention and where the attention is. But at the same time, people just go into this space not understanding anything about it, and they just think that they're going to send some emails and start pick up the phone if they've got the balls to do it and call people and get on meetings and try and sell some social media ads, for example. And it doesn't work like that. Most of you will go, and I've been there before, so I'm going to just generalize and say like most of us will go into YouTube or search on YouTube the cold email winning script because we're scratching our head and we can't really get down to anywhere or anything in terms of roofing cold emails, as just a fucking example that's on top of my head. You're going to find that on YouTube. You're going to copy exactly what's being said in that. You're going to send it over, and lo and behold, you don't get a response back, or you get told to fuck off, or whatever, like on a cold call. I've been told to fuck off plenty of times. The reason as to why that is because the businesses that you're reaching out to have been reached out to already by probably 100 agencies that week alone. If you can find a business on Google Maps, chances are the second person and the third person and the fifth person and the 100th person in the agency space that's in the exact same niche as you has found that agency as well. And if they're on YouTube and you just found the next big cold email script or next big cold call script on your newsfeed, chances are that video's blowing up and the next 100 to 200 to 1,000 agency owners has found that same video and they've clicked it, they've scripted it, they thought, sick, this is cool, nobody else is watching, there's only a few thousand people that have watched this, that's brilliant, I'm going to implement it right now. Again, you send it over, you cold call with this, and you don't get anywhere because the business owner has already heard it all before. And it's the same thing. I used to work in a business, home improvements business, and we'd get cold calls and cold emails left, right, and center from agencies selling the same shit. And I'd go back home, I'd finish my shift at my work or my job, and I'd watch YouTube videos about cold email scripts, etc. And I'd watch the exact same scripts that people were using on us. So it just goes to show it doesn't work. You need to be very, very different when it comes to outreach. And as a marketing agency, think you need to be marketing your business. You need to be out there on social media. You need to be out there on billboards or traditional media. A lot of people are stepping away from traditional media. I spoke to a business the other day doing $500,000 a year on radio ads. Radio ads. If they're spending $500,000 on radio ads, it must be fucking working, right? It's not just all about social media. And that's something that I want to focus on because a lot of people are going into the space, not understanding outreach, and just pushing shit that they see on the internet. And it doesn't work. And then they get discouraged and they say, SMMA doesn't work, it's dead, blah, 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 blah. It's different. You have to be different and you have to be good. And quite frankly, that's what it comes down to. It narrows down to the fact that your script is shit. And if you can own up to it and say, look, yeah, in all honesty, if I was a business owner and I got this, I wouldn't bat an eyelid to this. So why the fuck am I sending this to thousands of leads, etc.? It doesn't make sense, right? So you need to reflect. The second thing is service delivery. Service delivery is probably the most important thing when you run a marketing agency. You can bring in loads and loads of business, But if you can't deliver what you promise, you're going to churn them. And not only are you going to churn them, you're going to give yourself a bad rep, and you're going to make it difficult for the people that can actually deliver results to sign these people. For example, I spoke to a business owner today doing 10K. He spent 10K over the last 6 months with an agency, and he's yet to break even from that advertising spend or that spend as a whole. It is literally ridiculous to hear that he spent 10 grand with an agency and he's yet to make some decent money on that spend. Whether the guy was being honest or not, I don't know. Again, why would someone like that lie to me? Why would the several business owners that I've spoken to in the past week say similar things where I've spent so much money with agencies, it just doesn't work. I've spent so much money on advertising, I don't think it works. The customer isn't mature enough and blah, 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 blah. Like, it just works, but it works when somebody knows the shit. So if you don't know your service delivery shit, and lead generation is something that you're focusing on for local businesses, go and buy my blueprint. I'm going to be straight up with you. It's probably going to help you massively, especially when you're a beginner / starting out. It's going to teach you a fuck ton about lead generation, especially using Facebook ads and Instagram advertising. But I promise you, you're going to get a fuck ton of value out of it. Now, the last thing, and it's a very difficult one to speak about actually, because you have to look at all aspects of the business that you're working with. And it's not just the marketing side of things. And I know it doesn't make sense because you're a marketing agency, you're going into a business marketing and offering services for marketing, and yet you're looking at the sales process. And for example, myself, I'm looking at quote processes for clients, and that works well for me because I can help them with that because I've got industry experience and I'm still in the industry. And it's a completely different ballgame, right? But if you're looking at lead generation and you're just going to deliver some leads and that's it, they can go off and run their thing. If you're early on into it, you're going to learn the hard way where you'll sign a client, you'll start delivering leads, and that's it. Weight off your shoulders. I've delivered him some leads. Fantastic. Nope, the guy turns around or the client turns around after 2 weeks. These leads are shit. Nobody's picking up the phone. Why? What do you mean nobody's picking up the phone? They've submitted their information. It doesn't work like that. You need follow-up systems, you need nurture sequences, you need email, SMS, all types of different things. And that goes into more of the sales process rather than the marketing side of things, right? You're delivering the eyeballs onto the business and you've captured the lead information. And I'm talking about leads because that's what I do on a day-to-day. But you've got the attention, you've got the leads information, you pass it on to the business owner, aka the sales team, whether they have a sales team, whether they're not. Obviously, if they have a sales team, you can still look at the processes and see what they're doing. And from your perspective of a marketer, using the channel that you're using, you should be able to advise them on what they should be doing and ask them what they're even doing, right? You can't just deliver some leads and be like, right, off you pop, because it doesn't work like that. So that's what I mean by this point, that you need to look into things and how they're being run, whether it's 1-man team, whether it's 10-man team, whether it's 100-man team. You know, if you're a small agency owner and you're looking at a 100-man team and, you know, you're walking into the room like McGregor and thinking you're going to give them all these pieces of advice, they've probably been there, done it before, but it's still worth having a conversation and it's worth learning. Maybe it can teach you more than you can teach them. Anyway, 2025, I think SMMA is still going to go strong. So don't fall for the shit that you see on YouTube about SMMA being dead or competitive or saturated, because yes, it's competitive, but it's competitive at the bottom. If you don't know what you're doing, you're trying to reach out to all these people that are uneducated about your services, about lead generation, about e-commerce, etc., or they're just starting out, they haven't got the money, they're not very qualified to run paid ads. You're going to be fighting for the lowest of the low. And when you get good at this stuff and you really take your service delivery to the next level, then you really will see a massive, massive difference when it comes to the clients that you're attracting. And that's something that I'll definitely be making more videos on actually signing good quality clients that are going to stay with you and understanding what goes into lead generation for your own business and for your own agency, and not just scraping a list off Google and reaching out to every single person you see and hopefully you get a call booked or hopefully you get a demo booked, because you don't know that prospect too well. But anyway, there's two things that you can use to attract better prospects, which I'll cover in another video because my camera is literally on 2%. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully this was a bit of a fresh view on SMMA, and it's not dead. I mean, I've quit my full-time job and I am running my marketing agency, so it's definitely not dead. But you just need to be better than what most people are, especially after watching like Iman Gadzi's videos and starting an agency and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching.